So hi guys, it's me Deepak, and in this video we are going to see how you can build a basic calculator app. So this is a basic activity screen. We will delete this hello world and we will just drop some buttons from the palette. So we'll be needing 15 buttons because there are 10 numbers like 0 to 9 and then there are dot and other operands. So we'll be needing 15 buttons here. So we'll be changing button ID to depending on the number, like 7 button will have a button ID 7. So similarly button pointer will have a button dot will have a button dot ID, and we will be connecting them to work as single unit. So 8 will be connected to 7 through baseline constraint, and the button 8 will have a write constraint to attach to 7 1. So this the write constraint of the 8 will be connected to 7, and similarly the 4 1 will be connected to 7 1 through the top constraint and a write to write constraint. The whole purpose is to make it work as single unit. So like we have placed a button 7, set the constraint button 7, everyone will be connected in that order. Just be careful with the button ID because, and we will be setting the constraint measures to 16. Every button will have a constraint measure of 16. So button 7 to 4 we connected from button 4 we connected to button 7 with the top constraint. Similarly button 1 to 4 with top constraint. Dot 1 we connected from top to bottom and so on. So here you can see that everything is connected as a single unit from 7 to 3. So if I just connect from 4 to 7 from right to right constraint, now it works like a single unit. As you can see now that I have, actually just to give you a head start, you will also need a equal to button here that I have missed right now. So you will need a baseline constraint and a right to left constraint, and now you can see that this works as single unit. So I will drop a edit text. As you can see here, text view here, and we drop it here, and this is going to hold the numbers that we are going to perform operations on, like plus, minus, multiplication, those simple operations. So we're going to change this id to new number, and I have removed the hard text here. And now we are also going to have a constraint of 7 to the new number from top to bottom, and like this. And I'm going to have constraint of to connect to sides of this app. And this new text edit text will gonna hold the result. So I have changed this id to result. So far this apps look okay, but when you're gonna run this, it's gonna shift to the left side because the 7 button is still not having any right constraints here. So far I am just setting the constraint widgets to 32 and 16 and all that. Later I'm going to change these constraints as well, because when I will run this app you will see that it's shifting towards left side. So this new text is going to hold the operands here. So if I just set these to wrap content here, you can see that it's shrink down to wrap the content. So I think this is enough for now. We're going to have some private variables like edit text, that's for result, private text, edit text for our new number, then our private text view for our. So when you are in Android Studio, when you are like using this edit text and all, it will automatically import. You just have to press enter key when it will show a drop down option for those. So you don't need to import them, it will just import automatically. So I have private double for operand 1 and operand 2. Operand 1 and operand 2 will be the numbers in the new number display, and a string for pending operations. You will see what is this for later in this video. So we have two edit text and text view that are for holding the new number, the result, and the display operations. So if I have result, I'm just linking it to the layout that we have just designed. So you can see I have r.id.result. That was the name of that was the ID of that text, edit text. Similarly, in the new number we have edit text, And as you can see that I haven't named anything to this text view, so I'll just having it operand. The ID will be the operand here. Next we will have buttons. We have like 15 buttons, so we will be defining button ID. So button 0, button find view by ID r dot button 0. That's why I changed the IDs to button 0, 1, 2, 3 to make it easier. Here you can just change it like this, and this is a very simple app, as you can see here. So far we have linked the buttons to the layout. I'll be having now button add, multiply, and subtract and divide. So we have add, subtract, multiply, and divide. So Android Studio is very helpful. It automatically show you the layout, the button in the layout, and you can just enter it. Now we are gonna have a on-click listener. So view dot on-click listener equal to new, and it automatically give you the option, and you can enter it, so it's better. So we're gonna have a button B. So when you click on the button, this is for that. So button will equal to button V. V will be from view V. So be careful what you have written there. So we have a new number dot set text. It's gonna be append text, not set text here. So we have button that on click listener. So when you click on that button, it will, so if you're pressing like 7, the button 7, it's gonna take that 7 and enter it on the new number, in that text view that we have earlier. So you can see that it's not like having 6543 as in, because we have set a set text here, so we'll be changing it to append. So as you can see that I have attached 7 to the left constraint of the 7 to the boundaries of the app. So if I run this, it will show. And it's still having that set text here problem. So I will just change it to append here. Append dot b dot get text. So the button, when the button will be clicked, it will be changing it dot string, like 7 I'm pressing, so it will change the 7 to string and gonna add it to the new number. So I have add that button dot set on listener and listener. So for up to dot, not the other one that's gonna perform other operations. So we are gonna have view dot, similarly we're gonna do it again. View dot on click listener 1 equal new dot, and button dot. So in this button we are in this on click listener we are gonna have a button B equal button and V for the view. So when we click on the button, this will be holding that button, and then we have string operand. So you're gonna get the so it's gonna get text from get text, and it's changing to string. So it will be holding the string operand from. So if I'm clicking dot, I'm clicking plus or a multiply, so it's gonna hold that, and the value will be number dot get dot string. So from that text view is gonna get that number and store it into value. So in the try and catch, we're gonna see if there's just to check that there is no error here. So we're gonna have a number format exception here, and in the try we have a double value. So we'll be changing the string to value to double. So we have double dot value. So if you see that I have a pending operation equal OP, I actually set the pending operation to equal to in the starting, if you remember. So it's gonna perform the operation. So if I have plus, it will be changed to plus here, and display operation dot set text will be to pending operation. So the display operation, you remember the text view that I earlier had, is gonna set that is gonna change the text to that. So I have a private void perform operation here. I had a double value and string OP. So you remember that I have changed that value to double. So it's going to hold that value in operation. So if operand 1 is equal to null, so if I had earlier added an operand here, so it will add operand. If I have operand 1 equal to null, then operand 1 will be equal to value. Else if I already had an operand 1 in the starting, I'm not going to have an operand 1, so it's going to run the if condition, then it's going to run the else condition. So operand 2 equal to value. If pending operation dot is equal to, here is going to be an equal to, not plus here. Just change that. So pending operation equal to OP, the operand that we have clicked, like plus, minus, anything that we earlier had click to perform the operation on the numbers. And then we are going to have switch cases. So if it's equal to like for some reason pressing equal to, so it's going to change operand 1 equal to operand 2, so operand 1 will be switched to operand 2. If it's going to perform, so it's going to just add the operand 2 to operand 1. If it's multiply, it's going to multiply operand 1 to operand 2. If it's divide, we're going to have an if condition because we don't want that operand 1 divided by 0. So if operand 2 is equal to 0, then set operand 1 equal to 0. And if it's subtraction, we are going to subtract operand 1 from operand 2. It's a simple task. We're gonna just then set the result dot set text. Remember that we had an set edit text, so we're gonna set that text to operand 1 value and change the new number to just simple quotes. So there are problem like there should be double value, not value here. When I call the function, I've written value there, so it was a fault here. And also here that if you can see there is operand 0 written, it should be operand 0.0 because it's a double value, not an integer here. As you can see here, int cannot be converted to double. That was a problem there. So if I now run the app, you can see, so the app is looking okay, like it's not moving up to left side because I add 7 left constant of 7 to the boundary of that app. So if I now press the buttons, it works. So this app has some bugs, like it's gonna, if I press dot many times. So earlier I said that I haven't add the equal to button there, so now I'm adding equal to button, attaching right to right constraints and top to bottom constraints. And I'm gonna have a button ID here, so button equals or dot ID, linking it to the layout. And we're gonna set the button or set on click listener here to, so I forgot to add the on click listener for those button like dot like I'm saying dot like plus, minus, multiply and addition. So I'm gonna have those buttons here. So button equals divide, multiply, add. So if I click on this button, it will perform those operations. So if you can see, I'm adding 7 and I'm pressing equal to, so it's 7 operand 1 equal to operand 2. If I perform multiply, so after a few tries you will get the hang how this app works. It's not the best app, it has some bugs. I'm gonna fix those bugs in the next part. And if you're wondering why I have the dark theme in this Android Studio and the method separators, I have a video that I will link in the description. You can check how I had these method separators and the dark theme and other few tricks I have explained in that videos. So so guys, if you like this video and you want me to show you how you can have a landscape mode here, there can be different layout, because if you press the landscape icon on the your emulator, it will surely display you the landscape mode, but you can have another layout for the landscape. And as well as I will be doing a part 2 here, we'll be showing the landscape. I will be fixing some bugs that this app has. And guys, if you like this video, consider subscribing, comment down below, and stay safe.